Dispatch explores the question of what makes someone a hero.
Built by an ordinary civilian with no superpowers. This first suit was dubbed by some fans as Mecha Man Prime. 3 generations of pilot, their identities kept secret, have given everything to protect this community, including their lives. After the tragic passing of Prime, the next Mecha Man, known as Astral, teamed up with a star-studded superhero group known as the Brave Brigade, leading to an unprecedented period of peace in the Southland.
And in turn, what does it mean to be a hero? Is it the journey they go on, the legacy they leave behind, the powers they are born with, or even the powers they are born without? Do battles need to be fought to be considered one, or do heroes save lives and help people? Heroism originates from the Greek heros, which referred to the individuals coined demigods in the Age of Heroes, a title befitting of someone who shows great courage, valour, and selflessness. But does heroism have to be such a large gesture? Maybe you can save someone's day just through a small act of kindness, because even those small acts take courage and selflessness. Often a hero is created through a quest, a journey of growth to become the hope people need to reap the glory of legacy. They battle through trials thrust upon them, overcoming each challenge by rising to the occasion, having the ability to fall down and keep getting back up, continuing to step forward. It's a trait I admire in the hero's journey. By taking messy action, we can find or create a new way forward. In Dispatch, we go on that journey with Mecha Man. However, I'd argue that we meet him at the end of one. During my playthrough, I chose to answer the final questions in the press interview, and I think the writers created a brilliant response to what it means to be a hero.
I think he'd be proud, because I'm alive. Which, as you so sensitively pointed out, he isn't. I think he knows that I sacrificed everything and that I did my best. Being Mecha Man, protecting my community, was the greatest honor I'll ever have. Now I have to live knowing that. Thank you for coming.
I love this answer because it shows the confidence and trust that Robert has within himself, his legacy, and his deeds. It's a vulnerable answer that takes courage to share. The end of one journey is just the start of another, and it's through his achievements, experience, and skill that he is recruited for SDN, where he can still be a hero travelling on a new path with a new journey ahead. It is through the recognition of his consistent, selfless actions to help and protect his community that he can be called a hero worthy of mentoring new ones. One journey resembles heroism through battle and protection, a suit of armour and technology to overcome hurdles, whilst the other is a journey without powers, where a non-super person can still have a heroic impact. In modern media, I feel like it's extremely common to attach being a hero to having superpowers, or being augmented in some shape or form, that just being human isn't enough. That's certainly explored when Mecha Man no longer has a mech, and is just a man. How can he compare now, when there are heroes that can fly, control the elements, and have super strength? The reality is, he can't compare, because he'd be evaluating his worth against metrics that don't measure his talents. What if we shift our mindsets to focus on how we can create our own way to being a hero that applies to our affinities? Ironically, Dispatch subtly addresses this through underlying messaging through the dispatching gameplay. Some heroes are more suited to combat, while others are suited to intellect, durability, or mobility. Like how even without powers, Mecha Man is suited to being a mentor and being able to handle situations better than the rookies because of his dedication and experience of being a hero. Or even through much smaller actions, when Robert is helping Waterboy with his tie for his interview, he saves his day and he gets the job. A small act of heroism that is just as impactful to a person's life. Powers might just help you achieve that on a greater scale, but it doesn't stop you from having that impact if you don't have them. Dispatch proposed a new perspective to me on superpowers. Invisigirl suggests that people may see or believe some powers are more suited to being heroes, while others are suited to being villains, as if some people are just born wicked. But I think it comes down to how we nurture our talents. Take Flambe and the power of fire as an example. It is in fire's nature to be destructive, but also to provide energy and warmth. Or Invisigirl has the power for stealth, infiltration, and espionage. However, she sees it as an opportunity to snoop and steal, therefore limiting the application of her powers to being a villain. Like many powers, there is a world of possibilities to how it can be applied and what it can be applied to. A limited mindset constricts the possibilities of our talents. Additionally, our environments and needs can heavily influence the application of our powers. Invisigal uses her powers for need of survival, which is why she learns to apply her power to theft and spying. She hadn't yet had the opportunity to use her powers to be a hero, to aid someone else other than her own survival. Understandably, this set her down a tunnel-visioned path. Who a hero becomes and what they leave behind is ultimately down to them. At least that's what I would love to say. However, the media, fans, people saved and protected by a hero have a hand to play in the legacy that gets carried on. Were future generations touched and inspired by a hero's actions so much that they carry on their values for generations? Will the media be satisfied with your deeds to label you heroic? Or does it require a glorious, life-endangering battle to be showered with such a title? Who gets to decide if someone is a hero? Externally, it may be the people we help, those who are grateful no matter how big or small the action. Intrinsically, it's decided by our chosen purpose of becoming a hero. What drives us to help people? I believe it's most important to have clarity on the why we are wanting to do something like become a hero that saves and protects people, not because we believe it's the right thing to do, but because that's the type of hero we want to become. Differentiating the two allows for our heroism to be fueled intrinsically and not externally, because not everyone wants to be saved or protected, which means the narrative of a hero's legacy must be written by your purpose and ideals, reflecting how you show up each day to become the hero you visualize. As the famous poet Maya Angelou once said, "Someone won't remember what you said or did, but they will remember how you made them feel." And as I mentioned earlier, the small interaction of helping someone with their tie for an important day will make them feel grateful. It's that spark of gratitude that ignites a light in all the people we help, a collection of illuminating memories that think fondly of a person who might just happen to have been their hero. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as well as comment down below to let me know your thoughts on the idea of heroism explored in Dispatch.
I think Chase knew he was the only one who could save her, and he knew the risk. So yeah, I think it was ultimately the right thing.